Hello, and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hello, and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hello, and welcome to the hand. Okay, wow. I've really been thinking about this, especially, well, as many of you know, while writing my different novels and even my children's books and things, or projects basically. What is a villain and what is beauty? Because watching the Netflix movie The Uglies a couple weeks ago, I've been thinking about that more and more, especially all around the world. Beauty is depicted differently, different features of the body and the shape of the embodiment and everything. So, but what I really want to focus on, because with my characters, I want to make sure they're as variety as possible, different demographics and diversity, equity, and inclusion. Which, yeah, that means Republicans aren't going to want to read my book, but I'll get over it. And it's more for the rest of us to indulge in anyway. But I want to make sure that I have characters that are not perfectly villainy, but also not perfectly hero-esque or heroic, because all of us have a little black and gray in us, even if by mistake. Because yeah, there were a few times where I'm just like, oh dear, oh my gosh, did I really do that? Did I really? Yeah, I'm gonna tell some of those stories, but it's like there's one where I'm trying to go back and figure out how I can, let's see, basically ask for forgiveness in some ways. And I may never get it. I'm not saying I deserve it, but I'm not perfect, and I know I'm not. And with the situation, though, it was the biggest oopsie, to the point where I didn't know what I had done until I was unpacking. And then when I went to try to tell my family member what I did and how I need to fix it as soon as possible, yeah, so, and they may never believe what happened, but let's just say by mistake, I ended up a villain. And when I tried to step up to the plate, I was stopped and ridiculed. So, and I'm just starting it off just to say that I know I'm not perfect. And in the dating world, the last couple of weeks, there's been a couple guys. Oh, you think your head's out of water. Oh, you think you're all that. Oh, you think you're above us because of my list of standards. And I'm like, no. It's like, so I'm a villain to a lot of men on these websites, especially being Democratic, liberal, progressive. They think I'm the most evil, toxic, horrible human being in the world. And some of them write the most vicious things, which you will see very soon. I have more. Oh no, it's like, if you just thought, oh, I saw them. No, I have over 200 screenshots of different messages. Yeah, and recently one who called me the N word more than once in the message, but the Meet Me dating app, when I asked them, because it wouldn't let me open the message. I only got to see the premiere of it, and I wrote them twice asking them, can you please let me know what the rest of this message said? And they have not messaged me back whatsoever. But I know their help me desk, they answer within a day, because whenever I had a login issue, or whenever someone steals my account, which there are plenty of fish and catfish people who literally hack into people's accounts, load it up with fake pictures, and then they try to get, or they real people, like OnlyFans especially, they, I mean, that's an let's just say that's a different episode. But to me, catfish is like that's on my list too, because I created a list of different type of people where some people would say are the villains, some might say they're the heroes. It depends on how you look at it. But catfish, in my eyes, are no good, lazy, pathetic, idiot fools who only care about what they want materialistically. They don't care that they're taking from people's livelihoods, mortgages, life savings, medical needs, etc. And so, yeah, catfish for me are like on the top of my you're pathetic, you're no good, and I will do anything and everything I can to stop you. Because I watch documentaries, studies. I am talking to 7 of them right now, and it's exhausting, especially like how hard, how hard they try to get your personal information. Where do you work? How do you like your career? How much do you make? It's like, do you make X, Y, and Z? Oh, you want to plan a trip? How much is the hotel? It's like they keep asking questions to see how much money they can get out of you and how many times they can get it out of you. And also, they try to get you on another app because they're trying to find apps where their messages won't be traced. And once they leave, there's no tracking. It all goes away. So, yeah. There's a new one too. It's in the screenshots. I got it. I got it. So, but yeah, catfish on the top of my list of absolute pathetic, evil, vile, corrupt, no good villains. Yeah, I'm Patty. And oh, I have so many examples to show you in future episodes. But then also, I've been thinking a lot where one trend or one thing that's never gonna stop trending on YouTube are videos about bridezillas. When a lot of people, when they see like people talking a whole video about bridezilla on Reddit, or bridezilla's gone wrong, or just anything and everything, it's like if it's bride, like wedding bride drama, people go in, they want to listen, they want to hear it, because especially with certain brides, their attitude, how they treat people, the lengths that they would go to treat you like you are nothing, because that they're getting ready for their day. They're the princess, they're the queen for that day. So you're going to wear the dress they say to wear, even if they know. Like, because there was just one that I heard from a YouTuber, and the bride didn't like the woman. And since she is plus size, the person in the bridal party that she doesn't like is plus size, on purpose, she picked a dress that would and pronounce her thickness, her the fat, or yeah, I'm a curvy girl, so hey, I got some fat on me, so that's why I'm saying it. And but she did it on purpose because she wanted to get the plus size woman out of her bridal party. So if she knew if she picked that dress, that woman would get out. Whew, it's like part of me is kind of like, is this your nice way of trying to kick somebody out? Because if you told this person to their face, I don't want you in my bridal party. I don't want you anywhere involved in the wedding or anything like that, because would they even be invited if they weren't in the bridal party? And is it the groom or is it your parents who is making you? Because no one should make you, but at the same time, you shouldn't make people feel like they're less than. You shouldn't try to make them feel insecure in the outfit in order to get them out. It's like it's called communication, which it that's one area a lot of us need to work on. Many of us do not know how to talk amongst each other. And I wish that wasn't the case, but it is. So, yeah, when it comes to bridezillas, even like with what they wear and what they allow other people to wear. There's even bridezillas who, when their guests come, it's like in some cultures, the bride wants you to show out. She wants it to look like the ball, and she wants all of her girls being head to toe. What up? Let's go. Let's rock this. Let's all slay all day. If I was to ever get married, which I'm probably never, but that's the kind of wedding I would love. Especially if I like, well, I'm at the age where almost everyone's married, but it's like if I was at a younger age or whatever, part of me is just like, hey, we see like you got single, let's mingle, like let's shop for that perfect dress, and even with whoever I was with, I'm like, hey, you got some single friends that, and I might say what her type is, and it's like, okay, let's make sure they're at the same table, and I don't know, just little things like that, you know. And I'm the kind of corny person where, like, for my wedding, I would want board games at different tables. Like, yeah, it's like there's gonna be a dance floor, but I want like a game area, like, because not everyone wants to dance, and especially with my disability, it's like I would want people to have options, choices, not just drink and dance and eat cake or appetizers, whatever. Like to me, I'm just like, let's have activities. Let's get like bond, get to know each other. And it's like, especially if it's two families coming together, it's like, hey, we can have one card of spades or whatever, and like we can have euchre and dominoes, and I was like, that's the kind of thing I would want to do. And if I had the money, whatever, it's like if we can get some big screens up against the wall, have like Mario Kart station in one area, and then another like game. I don't know which one, but it's like, well, I'll choose Mario Kart. I'll let him choose the other, and so like, but like, so then people can choose like the bride's game, groom's game, things like that. I think that would be crazy fun. But yeah, I'm a nerd, so whatever. Anyway, I just wish we could come together more. But anyways, this might be a part two because I have more. Government and political. Ooh, and one reason why I know Republicans find me to be a villain, because when it comes to the homeless and veterans and things like that, I want to make sure they're taken care of. And with my interpretation of the Bible, it's not give to the church so the church can give to the needy, because with what I've noticed, the church doesn't give nearly as much or do as much. They do, like, they'll keep the money, and they have tons of streams of income and still keep almost all of the money, and then they tell us, give us more money, give us more money and everything. But what about the homeless on the street? Like, so to me, I like giving upon with different nonprofits, giving to the homeless and the veterans, like personally, things like that. And so some say, like, I've had people tell me, you're not doing what the Lord says. You're doing against the Bible, and that's a sin. You should be ashamed of yourself. And I like, there's been some, you're going to hell. Well, if I'm going, at least I know that I gave from my heart. I gave from my heart. And so when it comes to even the religion spectrum, I know some people are like, how dare you, don't, like, whatever. It's like, I I've been going to the church I go to for over 30 years. I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, and the you should be ashamed of yourself. So, and I disagree with a lot of the things that they say at the church. Why do I go? Because I've been there for so long. I kind of want to, I want out. I want to be able to find a progressive democratic type of church, but I've been doing my research. It's a lot harder. But then I'm finding out in Hawaii, there's a lot, but at the same time, I know with the Hawaiian culture, a lot of them are like, okay, guys, yeah, we're part of America. We love you guys, but can we have our land? And I respect that. I respect them. So yeah, it's like if I can find one within the state, but I kind of doubt it. Anyways, I'm going to keep going because with government politics and everything, when you have, to me, the villains are like the moms of liberty trying to ban books, freedom to read, freedom of speech, things like that. Like, people are writing their perspectives, their worlds in different books, and then saying children can't read from them, and or this book pertains like adult activity and things like that. But what about, do you know how many books at the library have male female kiss or kisses, or even with fairy tales they kiss at the end? You're not banning those. You're not I'm not and I'm not trying I'm against banning books. I'm against banning books, but I'm just saying it's only when certain people are embracing or kissing or being a little affectionate. And I even feel like, yeah, I said a little. And banning books with animals with no clothing. I'm going to repeat that. Banning books with animals with no clothing. Like when I go to the zoo, I'm not going to say, oh my gosh, that zebra's not wearing any clothes. No. And that is just one example, but it's really highly annoying when I see things like that, and to me, they are villains. To me, they're trying to corrupt and ruin. And then a lot of the Republican Party wants to take away public schools when I was a teacher. And one reason why I'm not going to get my certification, well, one is a lot of money, but two, like when I don't feel safe, especially having a disability, is like, how am I to make sure all of my students are safe when I'm going to be either in my wheelchair or scooter? If something goes down, am I going to be able to, like, if I need to get them through a window or hide them or anything, I might be slowing them down. And I never want that. No, I can't. I can't. But okay, police or the criminals. Because, yeah, sometimes it's like when the homeless are stealing food because they need the bare necessities, which is one reason I give to the nonprofits or the food shelters and things like that. Or I will, again, once my disability nightmare, I'm getting the businesses, I'm getting the book, like my books, novels, and everything. But you know what I'm saying. But it's just like when they're arrested for literally trying to survive, trying to live. Oh, but then also police. When I get stopped, it's because of my college graduation tassel on my mirror, to the point where I have anxiety. I get so nervous. Like, I have anxiety in my car, and when I drive in other people's cars, when I see them hanging all those air fresheners, and it's like some of them have like 20 things hanging on their mirror, and in the back of my head, I'm like, how are you not stopped? How come no one stopped you? And I know the police officer only stopped me because I was black, because he literally, the only reason he stopped me was because of my college tassel. And then he groped me for 15 minutes, emptied out my purse, had me sitting out my car, like, just it, like, I talk about it in another episode, in a couple other episodes, so check it out. Anyway, so yes, there are some people, some criminals who, oh, they deserve to be behind bars until their last day. But then there's some cops who are no good, and they should have never gotten into those positions in the first place. Some of them are as racist as possible, or as you can imagine. But one thing they don't teach in American history is how American police were developed. The original name for police officers were slave catchers. Slave catchers. Yeah. So when I get the times that I got pulled over and I literally I didn't do anything. Like or if I did do something and I lit like with the college tassel, yeah, I see people at like all of the time and I'm just like, why? It's like so, and then you don't know how much anxiety I have. And even if I'm near a police officer outside of my car walking, I don't want to be anywhere near them. It's like in my scooter, I've rode by a couple, and yeah, it's like he tried to tell me hi, I ignored him. It's like no, it's like I don't know who to feel safe with. I don't know if he's gonna try to ask me questions because like I've had a lot of ignorant questions, and by one police officer, I remember he came right up. He was like, "So what happened to you? What's wrong with you?" None of your business. None of your business. And yeah, I'm gonna need a part two. I am going to need a part two. But and I'm not saying I know there are some good police officers out there. I just I know there's a couple at one of the last jobs I worked at. They were kind and sweet and things, and they always try to make sure my classroom was always open, and if they didn't they would like they apologize and things. Or with my troublesome students or students who try to threaten my life, yeah, they had my back. It's really sad when students don't want to do the work. They don't want to do any of the work, but they want an A. And when I don't give them the grade they want, I give them the grade they deserve, they literally threaten my life. Or then they go and email the dean and lie. Yeah. Yeah, I've been through it. I've been through it. And I can, oh my gosh, like even now I'm thinking more about education and banning of books. So I'm going to need to go really hard on that one because so many people, our education system is blah blah blah, and it's like when I taught in my classroom, oh, my first graders, it's like it took time because I was their fifth first grade teacher, their fifth. So many teachers were quitting because this was one of the most complicated. Oh, and I remember some of the teachers around me were teasing, mocking me, telling me I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm like, okay, I was supposed to be a substitute teacher and I was supposed to substitute computers, but the computer teacher quit. The computer teacher quit. I'm going to tell that story probably later this month or early November. But I got to tell you the story about when I started subbing this other school. And there was a school prior that I subbed where they had uniforms and different things like that. But the person who was so called training me or whatever, he was nothing but a jerk in my opinion. In my opinion, he was like he showed his villain ways. But anyway, oh, also when you're going to teach and you're teaching your different style and stuff, and the principal comes by, and then she realizes she's really different, but the students are really learning, and that's when other teachers start hating you. That's when other teachers start hating you, when when other people around or the higher ups are seeing that you're different but you're effective. But just remember, this is the handicapable Black woman. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too. So watch out for your villains. Pay attention with your villains. If you're writing a novel, jot down, what does this person do personality wise? Like I'll go over it more and more. It's like, oops, yeah, I didn't really. But yeah, you already know my YouTube channel is as messy as my life. But take notes because while you write your novel, those emotions, those characteristics that you get from these villains will help you create a true identity, a true human being, fictional, but a being and not just a two dimensional fictional. You know? Take care.